Hi everyone. So before we get started, I just wanted to show you that this was the design that I've been wanting to do. I did get this design from Sarah, so thank you, Sarah. It was meant to be a paper piecing stained glass effect look, but I have a lot of gallery glass because it was something that I really like doing. And so I have a thought that I'd like to try combining cutting designs on the Cricut machine, including some acetate, and then filling it in with the gallery glass. So I'm going to attempt this and see how it's going to look. So what I have used is I've cut these out of craft board, okay, which is a little bit thicker, and I am also using clear acetate sheets. Now, you could just cut regular cardstock, but maybe cut a couple layers and glue them together just to make it as thick as the craft board. But my idea is that I cut out this same shape out of acetate, which you can't really see because it's acetate, which is clear. And then I cut out one layer just because I have lots of this brown that I hardly ever use in the brown, and I am going to attach it to the clear acetate. All right, and then I'm going to use this as my guide for adding the gallery glass. Now I'm not sure yet if one layer is going to be thick enough or if I need to double up my layers. Now I did think about maybe trying to cut this with craft foam, but I think this particular pattern has a lot of small little details, and I think it might be, I'm not sure, but it might be not as easy to cut with craft foam. So for this particular one, I'm just going to use the cardstock. And after I fill this in, there's probably going to be a little bit of overlapping into the lines, which is why I have the second one. So after it dries, which it'll take overnight, then I can put this on top, so we'll have a nice clean look. All right, so with these gallery glass, it's pretty easy. Well, actually, first I'm going to attach this to the acetate first. And I think I'm just going to use double-sided tape here in case I want to remove it. I don't want it to be too stuck. There may be a reason that I decide to take it off and just use the regular liquid leading. Now, I personally find the liquid leading the normal way of using gallery glass, which is the black outline. It is a little bit, I mean, it's not super easy to use. I find my hands get sore really quickly, and you know, it's so easy to have too much on and to do a delicate pattern. So that's why I am trying this, where I can get perfect pattern by using the Cricut machine like this. Okay, so now I've got it to the back here with a little bit of tape. And so also when you do liquid leading, you have to let it dry overnight, and this way I don't have to. I can just start with this. So I'm going to, let's see, which part do I want to do first? Let's try doing the star first. I've got a nice yellow here. Now, if you've never used gallery glass before, the color of the bottle is very different than how it ends up. When it dries, it'll be clearer and the color will change. And if you want to know where you can get this, you can go to Plaid and buy it there. Michael's also has it, and I have seen it in Hobby Lobby as well. So I'm just going to take the cap off. I've shaken it, and I'm just going to fill in the section of the star here. Okay, so let me give this a shot. See if this is going to be deep enough. And like I said, it doesn't matter if you go over on to the cardboard, because we are going to cover that over with a new piece of cardboard after. But you do want to get into all the corners here. You gotta have a pretty good amount, but not too much at the same time. Now I'm not going to be peeling this off of the acetate after. With normal gallery glass, you do need a good amount so that when you peel it off, it won't rip. But this is just going to stay in here. And I'm just doing this instead of using paper, which isn't quite as nice. This should have a shine through it. All right, so there is my star. And I can always add more as it starts to dry and I see that it's not quite what I wanted. So I'm going to continue doing that in all the sections, and I'll show you it when I fill it all up. Okay, so I filled in all the colors into the spots, and like I said, it doesn't matter that some of it overlapped, because after this dries and I've checked that I filled in all the spots properly, we can put the black on top. The only thing I did notice is I had some spots here where the cardboard keeps pressing upwards and some of the colors are going underneath. So you may want to glue down more of the cardstock before you start, because I only did the edge. So, but most of the spots are fine. For some reason, just this one area, I keep having to push down the cardstock because I want it to dry more flat. Maybe I just put too much gallery glass in this particular section. But tomorrow, you can already see that some spots are getting clear. But when they dry, I'll show you tomorrow what it looks like. I'm a little bit concerned for the baby there. The baby's fabric. I use this new holographic shimmer, and I'm not sure how it dries. It might dry clear, and I don't really want that, so I may have to add white back tomorrow. I forgot to give you a little tip. Just always have some Q-tips on hand when you're doing this. They come in very handy. I just realized Q-tip, haha. Sometimes when you're spraying the bottle or squishing the bottles, every once in a while, like a bigger blob comes out than you expect, and you may have to clear some out of one of the overlapping sections. And so I find this works well both when I'm doing the leading part and the color part. I can use this to fix quite a bit of mistakes if I need to. Okay, I'm back. It's the next day, and this has dried, and it's looking really awesome. I'm really liking this effect. The farther away you get from something behind it, you can see that it's quite clear through it. I'll show you maybe up against a window later. But now all that's left to do is put this, well, actually I'm going to put the black on first. So I'm going to glue this into position here, you know, so that it fits exactly. All right, and I already attached the gold trim onto the black. And I also decided to spray with this spray that I have. You could pretty much use anything. The black pieces, just give it a little bit of a coating, because I'd like these to last for a little bit. And It's just cardboard, and this way maybe it'll last for a few years with that little extra coating on there. So I am just going to take this now and put some glue on all the little fine bits and glue it down. And then maybe we can see what it looks like if we were to hang it on a window. Okay, so there we go. Right now I'm just using my Cricut for a stand. And what I might do is make a little stand for this to be used on a, fireplace ledge mantle. Or another thing that we could do is just put a little bit of double-sided tape on the corner here, and then you can put it on your window. I don't think it needs much. This is actually not that heavy. So there we go. So Craft with Sarah, on her website, she has these designs, and there's 2 more sets. So you can have 3 sets. So I'm just going to work on the other ones now that I know that it works, and create a nice set of 3 here. So you can also just use some of that blue tack stuff and stick a little bit. I just put a little bit in the top corner there to hold it on the window so that you can get it off easily. But now you can see what it looks like when it's behind glass. Very pretty.